So, this Kimber 1911, it is a nice gun. I do have to admit, I do like it. It looks slick, it feels good in the hand. It doesn't have that much of a kick for it being a 45. But as you can see here, when the slide is out, everything in it, good and visible, where this lip is in here, on the side of the slide, is where it seems to be catching. And I've oiled it up good. It just does not seem to want to go. Because as you can see, put the magazine in, softly release the slide, and it still catches. I end up having to pull it back, rack the next one, still catches. Pull it back just a little bit, push the bullet down, it catches. A little more, it catches. It will not push through all the way. Now it's even catching trying to put the slide back to just eject the shell. Take the mag out, and now it's going. I do not understand what exactly may be wrong with this gun. I don't know if it's just tightened up to too high of a tolerance so that it won't work correctly. And like I said on one of the other videos, these things are notorious for being very, very stiff to fire. But I've gotten to fire it maybe 2 full magazines so far since I bought it. And you should not be purchasing a firearm that you can only use a little bit, but when you first get it, it should be out of the box, ready to go. So I'm very, very disappointed in this Kimber so far. For it being nearly an $800 gun, it should function a whole lot better. So I'm going to reload both mags, and I'm going to walk out there and at least try and take a couple more pot shots and see if this thing is going to still jam up. If Kimber is correct, and maybe it's just the way that I'm holding it, which I kind of doubt, but it could also very well be just a tightened tolerance thing. Kimber does recommend again that you put 500 to 1,000 rounds before or through this before you end up trying to use it as any kind of a home defense or a competition weapon. And I personally think that's just retarded. You should not be buying a gun and it not functional like that. So we are fully loaded again. Magazine's in. And this magazine also does not like to lock in all the way in the bottom. As you can see here, it stays kicked out a little bit. What I have discovered, though, is if you pull the slide back, it still jams, no matter where the magazine is. So, we try and adjust it, try and wiggle the bullet. And it's still jamming every round that it tries to cycle. And it's catching and then locks in. Unusual problem for such a high-end, expensive firearm. I really don't understand quite what's happening with it. The couple of rounds that I did get to fire through it did function fine. Targeting is pretty good. I mean, on the target where the head of the target is, it's pretty much all in a grouping about 6 inch apart at best. As far as the ones in the chest go, there was one stray that kind of wobbled off down and to the left, but other than that, they're pretty on point as well. So we will load it again. It has one chambered. We're going to sit right here and fire and see what exactly happens. So I'm going to move my camera back here a little bit just in case the shell goes flying. I don't want it to break anything. Gonna lay here completely stable, firing, and shell immediately jammed. Pull it back a little bit, resituate. Get one round out of it before it jams. That is no good. Kimber, what are you doing here? This is my first Kimber firearm. I've had no problem with the high points that I've bought over the years. I've had no problem whatsoever with the Taurus that I've bought over the years. At one point, I had even had a Taurus 454 Casull, and I loved that gun. It was just fantastic. But this Kimber, being as expensive as it is, I really don't understand why it has the issues that it does. I mean, that would be a major flaw that you would figure a company like Kimber, with the reputation that they have, would end up fixing. But they don't. It blows my mind. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, I'll load it back up here. Looks like the mag is fully loaded. Going to try one more time, because even now that the mag is locked in, even if you hit the little safety catch on the side to let it pop the slide on its own, it still jams. Pull it back, aim the bullet down, situate, nothing. Pull it back again, aim the bullet down, kind of adjust it, nothing. What the hell are you doing, Kimber? So 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 before it finally sets in place. Now again, we leave that 1 round chambered. We top off the magazine with the ones that just got ejected. So now we have 1 chambered. Safety is on. We have the 1 chambered, the full magazine. Magazine is locked in place. Safety is off. Firing. And it catches immediately. I just don't get it. Kimber, what the hell? Pop it, readjust, still doesn't go, readjust, still doesn't go. Eject, let it run forward, nothing. 2, 3, 4 before it goes in. What the hell, Kimber? If you know about this flaw with your firearm, why don't you address it? So I've got the mags loaded back up. I'm going to leave the 1 chambered. Should be able to get 1 more in there. Yep. All right, so I'm going to leave the 1 chambered. Magazine is in. And firing. And still it jams. 3, 4, 5 before it kicks in. That makes no sense. This gun should not need to be worked in that much that it won't fire normal. It won't cycle how it's supposed to. Especially seeing as this little tiny Taurus, the G2C, nothing for this mag. Safety is on. So I've got the slide kicked back all the way. You can see inside the chamber, everything's smooth. Now with the 45, I did do the drop-in test just to see how the bullet would handle just falling into the chamber. It falls in smoothly, but it does kind of catch trying to kick it back out. So if you just drop the bullet into the tube, it sets. But when you turn it upside down, try and just shake it a little, that bullet's stuck in there a bit. So, but I'm going to take the loaded mag just to prove my point. Loaded mag for the Taurus G2C, little compact. Already in. Firing. Firing. Now the slide locks back like it's supposed to when the last round goes out. So mag's empty, guns on, or rack back and on safe. But this damn Kimber, I like this gun. It's a very nice gun. But if it's not functional, it's not necessary. So I don't understand. Maybe some of you other gun guys on YouTube can give me some pointers, tell me what I might be doing wrong, things that I might need to look at here. But in the meantime, I've got this all done. I'm putting it away. I'm going to put my last mag of 22 rounds through and just play around a little bit and call it a day. All right. And somebody else has decided to play around next to me. And I think I got one round sitting on the ground over here. I do. And so that is it for the 45 and the 9mm. Camera. Face the target again. Get good and zoomed in. Alright, so the last bundle of 22. Looks like I probably only got about 10 in there. I could top it off. Probably should. Get the empties in the garbage. I do have one stray 9mm round. I might go ahead and put that through the Taurus too, just for the hell of it. Alright. Alright, so the mag is reloaded for 22. It is on fire, and let's see. Somebody's shooting a big boy. Alright, well, that is the last mag that I'm going to put through the 22 before I go home and clean. Let's go inspect the targets. Now, that last time around, I was alternating between headshot and chest shot. So with the swing of the gun going up and down, I've got quite a few that are off stray, but a majority of my rounds are still in the face or in the kill zones in the chest. So I think overall, I'll be uploading this video to YouTube and a couple other ones that are just stuff that I've been talking about out here. And hope you guys like them. Have a good one.